with Charles Davis. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Nix to the air. Short throw caught by Bowers. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete. It's Adonai Mitchell. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Second and 2. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Hall. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Harrison. For Harrison, there's a look at what he did last week. 6 catches, 78 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
2nd and 4. Throw left side, complete. That's Crawford. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action here on 1st down.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Wilkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Texans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Nix.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
To throw is Nix. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 7.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Throwing Nix.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. Looking to throw.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. The Texans at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Hall. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more of a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
To throw, here's Nix. Open man is Chase, complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now it's Nix.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and a couple.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. They'll look to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilkins. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And that's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year.
And the Texans are able to widen their advantage.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Nix to the air. That is caught.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Back to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a 1st down here.
Here's Nix once more. To the right side and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 2nd and 9 now. It's caught. Mitchell takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
3rd down and 1.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And the Texans 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. And this complete to Mitchell. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. The best of the early games on Sunday may just be in Buffalo, where the Bills face a big test as they'll take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the LA Rams. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and what equates to be a very tough opponent. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far. But there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Texans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First down, Texans.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
Ball start, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Now back to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Houston's offense taking over again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 4. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First down, Texans.
Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 2nd down and a yard. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Now a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 15-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans take a 3-touchdown lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional in the battle of game plans.
That went out wide and intercepted.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
He finds his man, complete. It's Wilkins. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
The Panthers offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd.
Throwing Nix.
And he will find his man on the outside. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here's Nix.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And it's a fumble. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
First down. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Now it's Nix. Short throw caught by Bowers.
They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again.
It's a gain of 2. And the Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42.
To throw is Nix.
And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Nix looking to throw again. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw, here's Nix. That's to Bowers once again.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
They'll go play action with Nix.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive spans 13 plays, and the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
74 yards.
And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Nix from the shotgun.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9.
Nix to the air.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back to throw now on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The tight end in motion right. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Good for a Carolina Panther. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Nix. Got a man open. It's Chase. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Nix to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on.
So for the Texans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days before they face the Rams next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.